special about it. My mom was diehard.
So the season tickets come with cheese?
Yeah, of course. I mean, seriously, some cheese curds. Do you even know what a cheese curd is?
No, I do not.
Okay, I should have brought some of this stuff.
Definitely, that would have been great.
A little bit of ranch.
But definitely, so like, let's just talk a little bit about you.
Okay.
You were born.
Yes,
now,
I was born.
Now we're here.
We're here.
Now what happened in between?
Okay, so there's a lot that has actually happened, you know, without telling my age. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so
23, guys, 23.
Yes, I know. That's me. So I'm originally from Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been though?
No, I have not.
Okay, so we need to work on that.
We have to work on it.
I mean, there's not
I'm
much
scared
to
of flying. That's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah, but 3 drinks, you get anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get anywhere. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so I grew up in Green Bay. I played for Canada through my father.
Yeah, definitely.
He's from Newfoundland. And I would say Wisconsin is pretty much Canada anyways.
The 70s show.
We say A all the time, and we're literally right there.
The 70s show. That's
so, yeah. And I grew up, like, going to Canada and camping there, like, all the time. So I'm pretty Canadian. And,
all right.
Through and through. And so, yeah, so my journey, I was a huge soccer basketball player, played with the neighborhood boys literally every day, like beating them up. That's right. Beating them up.
Yo, you're one of those.
A little bit of hockey too. No, but actually I think playing with them is what made me the type of player that I am, you know?
All right. So yeah, I read some that you were that feisty, I hit first type of player.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love it. I love it.
No,
and that's why, like, when I'm coaching now and I'm working with kids, especially on the female side, I really instill that, like, come on, be aggressive. Don't be afraid of anything, because coaches look at that, right?
Definitely.
And I'm now in that space where I'm mentoring a lot of players. I'm also a sports agent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm doing a lot of different things. So now that the things that I learned, I can give back to the kids.
That's great. That's great. So what do you see the difference now, especially Canadian soccer, that whole jump they have now from the female team beating the U.S.?
Yeah.
Now the men's are destroying us, and I hate it, but whatever. whatever. We're doing good. Like, what do you see that difference from back then to now?
The Canadian culture is one man, and that's John Herdman.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, when I came in, it was 2011. That's when he came into after the World Cup. The women didn't do very well at all. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to change the narrative here. I'm going to change the whole environment, you know, bring in new staff. I'm going to bring new players in. So he kind of just changed the whole energy in the space. And when I remember going in there just scared out of my mind, because I'm like, it's Christine Sinclair, you know, like I worshipped her,
Baller.
You know,
Yes.
And I'm like, I always envisioned myself playing on the international stage, but actually being there was like such a pinch me moment. Like being and playing with the best players in the country is like, it's just so cool. And so, but my first day, I'll never forget. He's like, have you ever played defense? And I was like, no. And he was like, so we need a left back. So you're not going to be a forward anymore. And so I was like, I'm going to get cut the first day. And then 3 days later, I was starting and playing against the U.S. And that was just like another pinch me moment, because you're walking on, you know, all these players you looked up to, and you're playing against the number 1 team in the world.
Definitely.
And you held your own. We tied those games, and it was so surreal for me.
And now he's coaching the men's, right?
And now he's coaching the men's. You know, he did so much with our team, you know, and as a coach, as any coach would want to do, they always want to move up.
Yeah.
And so I think he always is looking for the next challenge. And the fact that he stepped into the shoes and has taken over, and what he's done with the men's side is pretty special. I mean, they are a team to be reckoned with. I mean, I've watched a lot of Canadian soccer over the years, and this is by far the best team I've ever seen. They just, what John does is he makes you believe in yourself.
Definitely.
And a lot of coaches don't do that. And so he'll pull you aside. He'll have a meeting. I remember one time, he's like, before I was about to step on and play against the U.S., and he was like, he did like a whole highlight reel of me like slide tackling and just like scoring goals and like doing all these amazing things. And he's like, this is who I need tomorrow. And he's like, this is who you could be the best defender in the world. Like, he tells you, he's like, you are the best defender in the world. And so you actually are like, damn straight I am. And
yes,
so
I am.
like, and then you walk onto the field and you really believe it, because you really wanted to play for him, play for the girls, play for, you know, the Canadian country, for the country, and, you know, really rock in that maple leaf, and just, you know, and play for all the people who, you know, were with you along the way.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing now. Like, most of the defenders now they start as forwards.
Yeah.
They move to the back. So like, that's the whole thing now. We have
But there's a difference.
What is the difference?
The difference is there's a lot of coaches trying to make forwards, outside backs, the modern day fullback situation, but they're not showing them how to play it. John took the time to show me how to play the position so that I would not fail. I've seen a lot of girls come into the pro environments and just be thrown in a position. A coach doesn't really give them any tips of how to play it, and they don't do so well.
What do you think is the biggest difference from going as an attacking role to more of a defending?
Well, you know what worked is that I loved attacking, so it worked that I was playing fullback. And so I think the biggest thing is you have to remember that you have to play defense.
You have to play defense.
And there are a lot of forwards that still forget that.
That's defense.
So now that I'm in the center back role, I was always like, hey guys, you got to stay back. So when I actually tried center back in a practice once, and I was like terrible, because it's actually probably one of the hardest positions to play. Everyone's like, it's so easy until you actually play that position, and you're like, oh my gosh.
No, because the forward, you're looking forward, but as a defender, you got to check your shoulders a lot.
You are the leader.
Yeah.
And so in the Olympics, when all of our center backs got hurt and I got thrown into that, it was a very scary moment, you know? And then my first game was going to be against the U.S. in the semifinals, which was like the most talked about game ever that they still replay, and we should have been in the finals. I don't even want to bring that game up. Ref is no longer allowed to ref anymore, by the way.
She retired on top.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it's just that is remembering to play. When to step, I think, is the biggest thing that people need to learn if they're playing the back line, because I see people stepping wrong and making sure they're not having their cover correctly, the shifting, and really just like the communication in the back line is like a big thing.
Definitely, you got to talk. As a defender, you have to be vocal at all game. You got to right, left, behind you. Like,
you need to pull.
Yeah, definitely.
You come with me. That's, I was that very stern in that.
So playing in the Olympics, did you play or touch the ball with any of these big stars? Because it was like Marcelo was there.
Yeah, Marcelo and Neymar. I have a picture with them. They were in our hotel. We played pool with them.
Oh, wow.
Soccer's a little bit different because you're kind of in different cities and you're kind of traveling. You're not really in the village that much. But just when you were in the village, seeing Usain Bolt and like all these people that you're like, whoa, like I look up to you.
Fast that year.
Yeah, so you're there and you're hanging out with them, eating lunch with them and partying with them afterwards, and you're like, this is so cool because we're all here for the same reason. But hanging out with Neymar and all those guys, it's pretty cool. Like a lot of the guys are coming in this summer and we know them, and so it's gonna be it's fun because now you're friends for life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what was that biggest change from coming from Green Bay to LA?
LA is definitely different than Wisconsin. I mean, you see a lot of cows, and we don't have a lot of life in Green Bay. There's not much to do. So coming here, it was like so full of life. The art is so cool. The diversity is amazing, and just immersing myself in the LA culture has been really fun.
What are some of the things that you thought LA was going to be, and what was one of the differences? You're like, all right, TV lied to me about this.
Today's episode is brought to you by Bet Online. Our partners at Bet Online continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find out the latest sports developments, including the updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? Bet Online is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.
Maybe some things I shouldn't say. No,
go for it. This is a safe place. This is a safe place.
I knew that it was going to be great weather. It was going to be beautiful. The entertainment world is definitely a different beast than what I kind of envisioned it was going to be. I had done some things here and there when I was like still playing, but then when you're like fully immersing yourself in it and like that's kind of like the direction you wanted to take your career afterwards. I've learned a lot of things, both good, bad, and ugly along the way. Some people are not very nice out here. And I'm used to people holding doors and like letting you in car-wise. Like someone almost hit me coming here.
Oh, wow.
And someone broke into my car last week. And And so some things that you don't really experience in Wisconsin, happens here, but I wouldn't change it for anything. I think this is the land of opportunity. There's so many great things. All the things that I want to do in my career now that I'm done playing is here. And I get to hang out with cool people like all of you, and that
I try.
share the same love of everything. So
no, but I seen you. You're practicing with First Strike soccer training.
The way I love to work out is I'm still that athlete, I'm still
Definitely.
that I really want to do like the hardcore stuff all the time. So I'm doing hit sessions, boxing. I love to just be out there. It's like my happy place. Anytime I'm stressed or anything that's going on in my life, I like to just go have a ball at my feet and play. And one of my friends is training for World Cup qualifiers right now. She plays for Armenia. Well, there's two of them that play for Armenia. Shout out to Sid and Nancy. And you guys know them.
And you was practicing with Denise as well.
Yes. Yeah. So for me, just training every day with them. And then today we had a little girl come out. Well, she's not little, she was 15, but to have those kind of players come out and be able to train with us is cool. And Bradley's a phenomenal coach. And, I try to play with different trainers around LA to kind of just change it up a little bit. And it's a great workout,
So definitely it's training. I believe once you train soccer, you always have to have a ball on your feet. Like,
yeah.
I think that's the best fitness. Like, all right, during the pandemic, like all I did was soccer training. I lost a few pounds, and whatever happened. I gained a little bit back, but like it's fun. Like having that ball on your feet is like the best feeling ever.
Yeah, and it's the best way for me to work out. And my season's a pro. I'm still playing semi-pro for fun because it's a way for me to connect with the next generation. SC Blue Heat.
All right.
So we actually won last year. So we crushed
there.
everybody in the U.S., which was pretty cool. Sorry, we're coming back again. What's great about our team is we have a lot of UCLA, USC, Stanford. We have a bunch of different kind of players. On Florida State players that are on there, so a lot of the greats have come through. Dana Castaneos plays for Venezuela, huge player. You guys see all over Instagram. And so for me, it's fun to be able to play with those girls. I may be the oldest one there, approaching almost 40, but at the same time, we have those 18-year-olds out there. So it's fun for me to run around with them and still play. And I'm like, gosh, I still got it. I want to play, but concussions and ACL, keeps me kind of out of playing pro. And
so me at this time, the little weight that I've gained, like right now, I run my mouth more than I play. Like,
really?
I'm like, go there, do that.
You're one of those.
I'm that guy, but once the ball's in my feet, I can make things happen.
You're the guy that I would want to 2-foot tackle out there.
Hey,
probably.
honestly, I
you don't like getting beat by a girl.
No,
huh?
honestly, I will hit you right back. I'm known for getting one yellow card. So I believe we have 2 yellow. Might as well use one.
It's all right. I led the league in yellow and red cards.
I'm known for that as well.
That's probably something I should not say out
we
loud.
We might. 2 feet tackles.
I love playing against guys, though. I legit, I try to play against guys every single week. So next time, wherever you guys are playing, let me know. We're coming out. My squad's taking you on. You're going down.
I'm bringing my squad. I don't need nobody. Myself.
Oh, just you. Okay.
Me against 5.
You against 5 girls.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'll give you a great game.
Oh, you're such a typical male. Wow. You hear that, everybody? Typical male.
Typical male. Just 5 minutes.
Thinking he can just beat every girl out there.
No. Like honestly, I believe that.
Just kidding.
You probably could play a little bit.
A little bit? Shit. You sound like the boys I work with on the NFL podcast.
I know. I seen it all about the game, correct?
About the game.
About the game.
You were pretty much there.
I was close.
You had it.
You did
your research.
A little bit. No, I messed up. But how is that podcast? How is it working on the podcast space?
It was great. I mean, we had a fun season 1. I work with TJ Houshmanzadeh and Orlando Scandrick. I should say Who's Your Mama because his name is a mouthful, and they always make fun of me because I can't Houshmanzadeh. So I have to say it like that so I can say it correctly. And Orlando, they're great. They're hilarious. First of all, I respect both of them immensely as players. I loved watching them play, especially TJ. Orlando was amazing as well. And so I'm learning a lot, so I love football, and to be able to have, amazing. We've had Michael Vick on, we had T.O., we had a bunch of the up and coming players that are coming to USC, Malachi, and then we've had so many amazing guests on. But anytime I'm around athletes, it's awesome to hear, kind of their career and what makes them tick and just get inside their brain and all the amazing stuff that they're doing off the field as well. I think is really special. But And I'm also starting on a new soccer show coming up. So I'm pretty excited to be talking about
Can we talk
Angel
about
City.
that?
Yeah, we're going to be doing with 110 football. I'm not sure if you're familiar with
They're a
110.
big LAFC podcast.
Yeah,
I
so
listen to them all
they
the time.
started that LAFC podcast, and now they're growing, and they have a World Soccer show. I'll be on that occasionally.
All right.
But mostly focused on the women's show that we're going to be doing, which is going to be based on the Angel City.
So yeah, we had Didi here from Angel City.
Amazing!
She was amazing. So yeah,
I love that. Did you watch the Barcelona Real Madrid game?
No,
They sold out.
I read about it, but I wasn't able to see it.
91,000. Like it's cool to see, especially for me, how much the game has grown. I mean, there's still a long way to go.
Long way to go.
Especially on the money side. But we are getting there. You know, we're getting on more channels and being more visible. A lot of people are talking about it. And I think it's what's great now is you see a lot of players like the U.S. players, the Canadian players are now allowed to go over and play overseas. I wasn't allowed to do that when I was playing. I had an amazing contract for Manchester City, but we weren't allowed to because we were growing the game, the NWSL. Mm-hmm. Which was great, but I would have loved to have gone over and experienced it, like these girls playing for PSG and Lyon and all that. I think that's really cool. But to have 2 new teams enter the NWSL this year is something that's extremely special, just to see that it's grown. You know, I played through 2 different leagues, the WPS. We're only around for 3 years, and then it folded. And then, now having the NWSL around for this long, adding teams every year, and the talent pool just getting bigger. I mean, we got some Swedish players over, we got some French players over. So it's pretty special to see that, and to see all the people on board, especially behind Angel City and San Diego, the celebrities and stuff,
Definitely.
really getting into it. Natalie Portman out there with the band and the cheering section. I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
so.
Angel City sold out, I believe, 15,000 out of the 20,000 seats they have available.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I'm hyped. I'm ready for April 29th, I believe.
Yep, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there as well.
Out.
We were there. First beer on Roy, the producer. But yeah, I'm excited about what the game is bringing. From bringing the American stars as well, like a Christine Press, just bringing them around and just seeing their backstory, seeing how much the game has grown.
Press is, she's
such a baller.
I love watching her play. I think she's one of the best players I've ever seen play. Just she has everything, but just in general, there's so much talent in this league, and I know that the national team players get so much notoriety, but just look at the other talent, and I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, and it's great though, because the U.S. and Canada are having this golden age of soccer in both ways. We're known for our women's soccer. They've won countless World Cups. So but Canada's women's soccer this year.
Yeah, we're right there knocking on the door, winning the Olympics this past summer.
Knocking the U.S. out.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it again. Knocking the U.S. out was so cool. I was I reached out to all the girls, and I actually represent Adriana Leon, and I reached out to her. I was like, I'm just so proud of you guys, because it's still a young squad.
It is,
and we're and the U.S. are bringing a lot of new younger players in as well to get. I played under Vlaco at Kansas City, and he's a phenomenal human being, and it's just cool to see him coaching and doing what he's doing with the national team as well. But Trinity Rodman, Sophia Smith, wow! I don't know if you've been watching Sophia Smith at all. She is so good. Watch her. What
position does she play?
She's usually the 9-10.
Right.
She kind of plays wherever and on the wing as well, but she kind of plays anywhere up top. She's playing for Portland right now. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Portland, because Canada is taking over Portland. We have Karina LeBlanc is now the GM, and our coach Rian Wilkinson was my team. Those are my teammates. Is the coach. All right. And now they just traded for Janine Becky to go there, so I'll be up there a lot watching them. But Sophia Smith has been one of the emerging players, so you guys need to keep an eye on her.
All right. So her and Rodman's daughter, I heard she's really good as well.
Trinity, she's making her way into the national team. Kudos to her for signing that huge deal, $1.1 million.
Oh wow, that's big.
My jaw dropped when I saw that. I was like, it's not fair. It's not fair. I made $15,000 and $30,000 every year during my career, which is terrible. But congrats to her. I think that's pretty special. Now, hopefully, more players can get contracts like that.
No, that's great.
Not just her. I mean, she deserves it 100%, but there's a lot of other talent out there that I hope gets bigger contracts as well.
So now talking about the World Cup. So did you see the drawing today?
I did. Of course, I watched most of it. I was training one of my friends that's leaving for the World Cup this morning, but I did watch. Of course, I just paid more attention to Canada and obviously the U.S. That's going to be a really good game against England. I'm excited for that. I've already had a lot of people talking crap in my DMs, and I'm like, I care more about Canada, but thanks for the crap talking. But we played Belgium the first game, and Belgium aren't they number 2 in the world or in the rankings? So they were like number 2 or something.
I'm so scared to confirm things just because like I know the internet will kill me if I was wrong. No, because it's Brazil and then Belgium. You don't want people talking smack. No, so they killed me first episode. They were. So I made this little comment about if LAFC wins the first title this year, it means they won it in 5 years, opposed to Galaxy. They take them 6 years to win it, so they'll be the first to win. Because Galaxy says, first to 5. Mm-hmm. So I made that little joke, and they roasted me. I think that's fine. Yeah, they had memes about me and everything. It was I was like the Spider-Man.
But you know what? That means like people are watching and listening. If there's memes about you. You know what? I would take that in like.
Should I quit my day job?
A positive way.
I should quit my day job.
You should. Right.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, but I mean Belgium. I think they're number 2 behind Brazil. And you got Thierry Henry is one of the assistant coaches who's one of the most brilliant soccer minds. He's literally the most brilliant soccer mind, I think.
I loved him in Vancouver.
Yeah. He was great for Montreal.
I'm sorry, Montreal.
No, it's okay. Yeah, for the impact. He really transformed that team. But I mean, Belgium, I actually really like watching Belgium. But of course, my Canadians. And then you have Croatia, who's a solid team. And then Morocco as well. So I don't know much about Morocco, but I will know more about them because I'll be studying them. I feel asking questions in a couple weeks.
No, I feel like Canada's going to make it out that group. And I think they're going to make noise. They're going to be like Costa Rica. Was it the 2014?
Yeah.
But they made it pretty far.
I have to say, like, Costa Rica, I was very impressed with them.
They did it right. So they stopped their league, their national league, just so they can focus on the national team. Because they were last. They were...
They still have a chance, too, right? They have to play Australia, I think.
And I believe that. I think they can beat them with the team they have. Like,
I don't even know.
The strides they made, just they stopped their national league just so their national team can focus on qualifying. Mm-hmm. And they went from, like, last place to... now at 4th spot fighting for a space in the World Cup. So
I actually, we have some friends on Costa Rica, but I actually like really enjoyed watching. They have so much heart and passion, and I like aggressive teams.
Me too.
And not the ones that are like falling over like, hell, that's a foul. Get up and play. And so I really appreciate them. But Mexico, obviously love watching them play all the time.
I'm Salvadorian, so my parents are Salvadorian, so that's like a love and hate thing with Mexico.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
No, but I feel like they play really well against big teams when they they play at the level the team they're playing with. So they play a lower level team, like they step down, but I feel like they have an amazing team.
But that's what the beauty of, especially a World Cup, like a tournament, like
definitely.
Canada hasn't been there in 36 years. It's
86.
86, which is crazy to say out loud. So like. And I know they're going to be so hyped just to be there. And I think it's going to be good that they're playing Belgium first.
Yes.
But it's just anyone's game in these kind of situations, So I mean, you've seen big teams get knocked out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I think it's anyone's ball game. That's what ball game. So like ball game. What baseball. So it's going to be fun.
No, I'm just happy for North American soccer. Like, the U.S. is, of course, going to be my number 1 team. Yeah. But if Canada makes it far, I'm rooting for them. I want North America.
Should I get you a jersey?
I'm there.
Okay.
I'll take the Buchanan jersey.
I actually have a half U.S., half Canadian jersey.
You had an article, Urban Pitch.
Yeah.
So definitely. Shout out Urban Pitch.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Like, so England versus the U.S., they play on the 28th, a day after my birthday.
Oh,
so
okay.
November 27th, baby. But I'm excited for that game as well. I feel like the U.S. has a strong team. Mm-hmm. I'm not the biggest fan of Greg.
I don't think a lot of people
are. Well, it's because we have a European team.
Yeah.
I feel like we need a European coach. I think Greg is a great MLS coach.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's ready for the stars that he has on his team.
Yeah.
He has a great team.
You're not the first person. I've talked to a lot of like past national team players that have kind of
say their name. Say their name right now.
No, I can't.
Say their name
I can't
right now.
say that. Don't put that. No, I'm just kidding.
We go put that on the clip. Lauren calls out Greg.
Oh shit! No, can't say that.
One name. What does it start
No,
with?
I can't.
What does it rhyme with?
No, I got nothing for you. I'm not gonna.
So now,
Shoot.
all right. So now going from the pro side, now going to the mentoring side. How do you like that? How do you like that transition
From
playing pro to now mentoring?
The mentoring side. Yeah. So, I mean, it's cool to still be in the game. I think when I was trying to envision what I saw myself in the future, it was always staying in the game and growing the women's game. Kind of all the things that maybe didn't go right for me, I would wanted them to go right for the next generation. The whole finding an agent, the money, the sponsorships, getting more opportunities. So I actually work with Darren Dean, who is Thierry's agent. He's got a lot of the top male footballers. His dad is David Dean with Arsenal. So he's an incredible person to learn from. It's been amazing working with him, and he kind of reached out to me and he was like, look, I want to start a women's side. I really want to help, and I want to work with you on doing that. So we've signed two female players so far. I have one of my Canadian teammates, Adriana, and then I also have a French player who she's just coming out of college, but you'll be seeing a lot of her. She's actually playing with me this summer. Oh. So if you guys ever want to come watch a game, but our squad is good. Yeah. So it's been very rewarding to give back. And then I also am working with a company called You'll Train Sports, where we mentor and we connect kids to pro soccer players around the world, so they get to connect with their favorite players. So national team players from all over the world, EPL, everything. We have access to those players, thankfully. And so they get to connect with the kids and they get to talk about their experiences. The kids get to ask them questions. And so we have like an 8-week course coming up. And so the kids get to connect with a different pro every week. So that's really rewarding. And I'm the host of that. So that's fun. And then so I'm doing a lot in that space, and then being able to just talk soccer is a lot of fun, and talk football. I love both of those sports, and then working on something fun, a fun soccer project as well. That's hopefully going to come out before the World Cup. So without going too much into that yet, maybe
keep it secret. Yeah.
So keep your eye out for something special that I'm working on. But yeah, I love being around the game, and it's fun. So I'm doing a lot of that with soccer influencing and just like mentoring. So if there's any kids listening to this, they want to pick my brain about anything, I'm very accessible, which I think is a difference from when I was growing up, when athletes weren't accessible, to now you have social media and more avenues for them to connect and to really maybe not make the same mistakes.
So you're saying you reply to DMs?
I do. I get a lot, so I might.
Guys, there you go, guys. There you go. You're welcome. So, all right. So we have to ask this question. I know they'll kill me if I don't ask this question. Are you single?
I am single. I am.
Single looking or single focused on life?
I mean, a little bit of both, because okay, I grew up in a big family. I really want to settle down someday. So, I'm definitely looking.
Give my phone. I'm trying to send a DM real quick.
So guys, come on, hop in those DMs.
After this episode, I'm gonna like all your pictures. No, I'm just joking.
I love this guy.
No, but what are you looking for in a guy?
That's a good question.
This is for you. I'm doing it for you guys. Look at me. Look at me. Let me help you out.
I like funny. I like funny. I like banter. I like adventure, spontaneity. A family guy.
Yeah, I love family.
Yeah.
I love family.
Because
I have a nephew and I hug him all the time.
But that's the difference between Green Bay and LA too. Is guys here, they don't want to settle down. They don't want to have kids.
We can have 10 kids.
You can have 10. I love it. But really, just a good person. I think being out in this kind of LA vibey fake world.
It's hard. It's
very hard to kind of. And I, of course, am this gullible, I have the most kind heart, so I believe everything, because that's just how I grew up.
I'm a superhero.
Are you?
Yeah,
oh my gosh, what kind?
The one that swoops you out your feet.
Oh, look at that.
Let's not play. No, but let's get back to being serious. All right, so usually before we end the episode, we have rapid questions. So
okay, I'm ready.
So first one, Canada.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Ooh.
Okay.
So breakfast in bed.
Yeah.
Canada or the U.S. World Cup?
Canada.
I knew that was going to be easy.
If I did not root for Canada, I would be
football or soccer?
Soccer.
All right.
Number one always.
Cardio or weights?
Ooh. I like both, but like obviously playing soccer is more cardio.
Cardio,
so
right.
Cardio.
The perfect pass or the perfect shot?
Pass. More important, I think.
All right. So I know you're real fashionable.
Thank you.
Good shoes, bad outfit.
Shoes. I don't even
Everybody
know.
picks that.
I'm a shoe person though.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, obviously, like I should probably get more heels. My mom's like, you need to dress more like a girl. Whatever.
I think you're fine. Don't worry about it.
See, look at Debbie. He says I'm fine.
Yeah, mom.
Yeah, mom.
Are you the person that replies fast or takes 3 days to reply back to one question? She's so bad. I can tell already.
Okay. I have like 80 unread text messages.
It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out.
Well, if it's somebody I like, I always respond.
We'll see.
If it's somebody I like, I respond right away.
There you go, guys. Like, all right, so stop hitting her up. If she left you a red and she's not replying,
well, that's
leave her
not
alone.
true.
Leave her alone.
It's because we hadn't like hung out that much. But if we've hung out a little bit, I'm feeling your vibe. I'm responding to you. But also there was a guy. Let me just get this out there.
Ooh.
We work, okay? So like if I don't respond right away and I don't respond until the end of the day, it's because I'm busy. So like don't go off on somebody if they don't respond right away.
If I text you at 11:59, by 11:59.2, you should be replying back to me.
Salvadorian, that's why.
These guys.
These men out here.
These men right here. Nah. Salvadorians are great guys, actually. They're real good lovers.
I know they are absolutely great, but aren't you like known to be like?
Don't worry, let's not talk about that right now. It's a myth. Like I can.
Is it a myth?
Yeah, after the episode, I'll prove that.
I need a man that's like chill.
Oh, definitely, that's me.
Like, Ben, you didn't text back. Okay, it's cool. It's cool. I'll see you later.
Cool. See you tonight.
Not where are you right now? Who are you with? FaceTime me.
I'm off the market now, guys. No, but thank you for coming on. You've been amazing.
Thanks for having me.
Anything like you want to let them know where they can follow you on social media?
Yeah, you guys can check me out on all social media at L Sesselmann. You can check out our mentorship program. It's at You'll Train Sports. But as I said, I'm accessible. So if you guys have any questions about anything, or just want to say hi, slide in, say hi. But
say less.
Say less. And stay tuned because there's some really cool stuff coming up. So make sure you're following and yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. So do I get one of those outfits?
You can.
Right. Okay.
Tonight we'll talk about it.
He's gonna swag me out.